trust in the hands of God, the hands of God, the hands of God, in the hands of God. Well, there's trust in the hands of God. The Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe, Santa Fe, Lord, the Santa Fe, the Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe. Well, howdy everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? Yes, sir. Thank you so much for sitting in here with us, and we got to be here in 2019, and so grateful to everybody for having us back. Such a thrill to be back out here. I was telling somebody a little while ago, this is the first place I ever got to meet Doc Watson back in the early 90s. Well, that's cool. That's a cool memory to have. I also remember that we sold everything we had out here in 2019. That's a pretty cool memory too. It's already been said, we are Appalachian Roadshow, and we feel like that name bears a lot of significance in the part of the world that we're from. The Appalachian Mountains, they're the longest and oldest mountain chain in the United States, running from just literally, I can see the head of the Appalachian Trail from a top of a mountain where I live at in LJ, Georgia. About 15 minutes away is the Appalachian Trail, the southern end of it, all the way up into the great state of Maine. And those mountains made a great, I guess you could call it a barrier or a cushion of sorts, as people were coming in from England, Ireland, Scotland, Spain, West Africa, and settling this great country. They had to kind of stop for a while in those mountains before they moved on, as it was rough and treacherous. And as they did that, they brought all their different cultures and their different styles together, all their musical styles, and created what we consider, we call it a lot of things. We call it bluegrass, old time, but just pure American music in general was created from that little happening right there. So we're awful proud about the name Appalachian Roadshow. We hope you enjoy what we got here. Hey guys, come around here. As Doyle Lawson used to tell me, son, I'm going to throw you a curve right here.
This is one.
This is a curve. We did this song last week. We're working it up on you right now.
This is try number 2.
Try out number 2. So we're going to see if we can remember words, and we're going to try this right here. One called You Better Run, finds you a hiding place. Well, now you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you. I feel like my time ain't low. Time ain't low. Time ain't low. Well, you better run.
When I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you. I feel like my time ain't too low. Time ain't low. Time ain't low. Well, now goodbye, false pretend. Lord, I cannot wait for you. For the Bible declares you're ahead now, and what the Bible declares is true. Well, you better run.
When I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you. I feel like my time ain't too low. Time ain't low. Time ain't low. Well, I saw one false pretend. Now his head was a bending low. Well, I saw him again in the evening. Thought he was walking down the road. Well, you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
Run when I say.
Somebody's calling you. I feel like my time ain't too long. Time ain't low. Time ain't low. Now on Sunday when the preacher was preaching, brother, you all was about to shout. Well, he asked for a little collection, brother, and you had your long coat. Well, you better run. Brother, you don't mind. You better find you a hiding place. 'Cause the train is leaving today. Hey, yeah. Here we go. Well, now you better run. Somebody's calling you where you better run.
When I say
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
when I say
Somebody's calling you, I feel like my time ain't low. Time ain't low. Time ain't low. Well, you better run.
when I say
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
when I say
Somebody's calling you where you better run.
when I say
Somebody's calling you, I feel like my time ain't low. Low. Time ain't low. Hadn't seen each other in a few days, so surprise, surprise, as Gomer Pyle used to say. That ain't how you say it. We're going to tell you a few little tales as we go along and try to give you a little bit of the rundown of the Appalachian people and their musical style and their culture as we go along today. So we want to tell you this particular song we got to do talks about along around the late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. Times were hard. Money was hard to come by all over the world, really, but in the Appalachian Mountains, what we call home, it was hard to come by, and a lot of people turned to a lot of different means of making a living. Daryl's folks were all coal miners. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. A lot of people were working on the train industry. They did different things. My folks were all sawmillers and loggers. That's what they did on my mom's side as far back as we can count. And a hard way of making a living. But this particular song we want to tell you about is about the logging industry. A gentleman named Craig Johnson wrote this song several years ago. A wonderful old-time singer, songwriter, musician. Penned a lot of good stuff and really heartfelt stuff. This particular song talks about a man in Galax, Virginia, who was an old-time fiddle player. He had lost his fingers in a bandsaw accident in the mills in Galax, Virginia. Craig wanted to talk to him and find out his story. Well, he did, and the guy told him, Craig called him and said, I'd love to come and meet you and visit with you and maybe jot a few things down. And the guy said, come on down, buddy, meet me over at so-and-so. We'll sit, we'll drink and smoke. And he said, you can sing me a sad old song, and I'll tell you a few stories. And this song is a result of that meeting right there. Best I can tell that the story that I've heard about it. This song is a result of that meeting. One of the most popular songs we have, one called You Piney Mountains. Sit down, buddy, we'll drink and smoke. Woman, don't you weep for me. My hands can't fiddle and my heart's been broke. You damn old piney mountains. Lost my fingers in the Galax mill. Buddy, sing a sad old song. And my heart got broke in the pine hills. Lord, and my time ain't long. I started out to logging when I was in my prime. Woman, don't you weep for me. Hitching up the spruce to the drag lines, you down old Pine Mountain, where the skidders started bucking as the gears come down. But he sang a sad old song, making God's own thunder on the cut ground. Lord, and my time ain't long. We was fighting over nothing and breaking too hard. Why don't you weep for me? Riding up the camp on the flat wheel cars, you damn old Pine Mountains. 30 years of haying on the old chain grave, but he sang a sad old song. Laid off and paid off in 58. Lord, and my time ain't long. God hard, you damn old Pine Mountain. I lost my fingers to a steel band saw, but he sang a sad old song. Now my blood just hangs untuned on the wall. Lord, and my time ain't long. And the trees have grown up on the logging road. Woman, don't you weep for me. And the wildflowers bloom where the shades blow. You damn old Pine Mountain. There's nothing left for me but to rain and smoke. But he sings a sad old song. My hands can't fiddle and my heart's been broke. Lord, and my time ain't